Good news for Kenyans living in the diaspora. GEONET, a telecommunications firm based in New Jersey, has created an application that will see Kenya to diaspora call rates drop from 18 shillings to 1 shilling only. Over the years, communication between Kenyans and their relatives and friends living in the diaspora has been limited to short messages on social sites. This is due to the high voice call rates by mobile network providers. But this could soon be a thing of the past. GEONET Telecommunications Company has come up with a mobile application that will see Kenyans enjoy a 1 shilling per minute call rate to the diaspora.
Thank you.
The application will run on Android, iPhone and BlackBerry platforms. Speaking during a Memorandum of Understanding signing ceremony with the Diaspora Investment Club, GEONET CEO Mr. Peter Minus said that the current high call rates are a burden to consumers and mobile network operators could still make large profits if they split the rate into half.
We are a company that is based in the United States of America, in the state of New Jersey. It started as a self-help project of trying to reduce the cost of calling this country because the United States, let me say North America, has a diaspora that love this country so much. And we speak very loudly with the amount of money we send in. The diaspora remittance from North America is the highest, almost 50%. And we realized that for every dollar that is sent here, people want to follow it up with a call. And we were depending on American companies to terminate that call for us, and they would charge us a lot of money. But eventually we realized we could solve the problem. We have the capacity, the technology, and the ability to create a company in America, a telecom company in America, and also come here into our country and create a telecom company that can handle that. So that is really what GEONET stands for. It's all about diaspora. We are always thinking of technologies that can enable the diaspora to stay in touch with the home folks, to stay in touch with business partners. And at the moment, we are trying to make sure that the folks back home, back here, the Kenyans in this country, can access affordable calling rates and even be able to talk for a long time without really having to fill that big page on their pocketbooks. So we've introduced some technology and a great competitor of WhatsApp, but Kenyan indigenous product that is coming up called GeoSafari. And GeoSafari will ensure that Kenyans are always connected to home no matter where you are. So long as you have internet, whether you are you're on a spacecraft going to the moon or wherever, so long as you have internet, you can still make a call home that is very affordable. And that's what we stand for. We are always innovating, always finding ways to make it more accessible, more affordable to communicate with the home country.
On his part, Diaspora Investment Club director said that the club's partnership with GEONET will help yield better returns in business investments.
We've been in operation for the last 3 years and counting, basically bringing together a lot of folks who may not physically be in Kenya, but as my colleague has mentioned, love Kenya very much. So a few years ago, we realized that we needed to come up with a vehicle that could be able to tap into some of those opportunities and try and bring these folks together. The first thing that we have to remember is that this is an entity that is part of a large organization, which my colleague on my left, Dr. Chuodo, will shed a little bit light on. Not everybody may be interested in so many other things, but in terms of investment, this is the entity that we're using for this. So for us, and for me on behalf of the organization, I only see the sky being the lower limit, because you can be away from home, but your heart is always going to be here at home, because I know the day where you're born, where you're bred, that you can't take away. So that's really what we have taken advantage of, but looking at the business angle, so that we are able to give good returns to those individuals who have invested in the company. There are a number of them, I'm sure we'll be able to touch on that as we go forward, and really want to see how we can grow using tech, because technology is really the latest frontier, as it were, and that's where we really believe with this kind of partnership, we can be able to give a lot of return on investment to those who have invested in the company. I think that's what I can say for now, and I'm glad to sign this document on behalf of our organization, and we look forward again working together with members of the Fourth Estate, as you call it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A lot of money is lost in making calls and money sending services charges. GEONET's move is likely to bring positive competition among mobile network providers that could help drop international call rates. Dr. Shem Ochuodho stressed the need of diaspora communities in Kenya and the impact.
Yes.
I can hold this one for you. Heading for competition and so on. Let me just add that it's all about affordability. And having personally been involved in seeing internet come into Kenya on that fateful night of 20th October 1994 at 3 a.m., that's when what we call the pings got into Kenyan soil. That's the first time internet came live into Kenya. Before that, we would call London once every week, Greenet London, to pick Kenyan mail every Wednesday midnight. So people would call our server to pick mails and then store them with us, and then we would forward them the next Wednesday. So we've been through that phase. So I really know what we're talking about here with Peter and GEONET is real disruptive, but in the positive sense. Peter mentioned 18 shillings per minute, while it actually shouldn't be more than 5 shillings per minute. So that's the kind of margin we are talking about to bring about affordability. I've just come back from attending the Transform Africa Summit in Kigali, Rwanda, where you probably know Kigali is probably the only city in Africa which is Wi-Fi ready, internet ready, 100%. Any part of the city you access Wi-Fi, you have internet. There's no reason why we cannot get there. We are not getting there partly because of this artificial high costs of communication. So obviously this is disruptive, so some people may not be too pleased. But at the end of the day, in the interest of the consumer, if there is ingenuity in what's going to bring down cost, that is partly why the KDA, the Diaspora Alliance, together with the Diaspora Investment Club, are very keen on this, to bring down costs, because we know the ripple effect in terms of pushing through the economy. So, ladies and gentlemen, do expect, stay tuned, much more is on the way. For the good, at the end of the day, it's the consumer and the business people who should be smiling right across to the bank. And indeed, the leaderships of the country, they've been working so hard to bring down cost of communications. You've heard of the Northern Corridor and so on. What we are doing is just complementing what government is doing to make communications as an essential service affordable to all Kenyans, both inside Kenya and outside, but especially Kenyans inside and outside who talk with their counterparts inside or outside the border.